I just want you guys just to see how a normal day is here in the Gambia, and just you have people moving about. You have the vendors out. You have people moving about. This is a major junction. They just created a new highway here, but it's just beautiful, man. The weather is always great. We're right by the beach. You always get a cool breeze, and the people, man. The people are just going about their daily life. Our brothers and sisters. And this is what it is. This is what a Saturday looks like here in the Gambia, West Africa. It's just so much beauty here, and it's something that in the States, like our communities are pretty much dead. I was watching a video the other day, and they were talking about how our grandparents used to be on the porches. His brother, he was like, look at the community. Nobody hangs on the porch because all of our elders are, scared to hang out. They can't tell the youth anything no more. Before, we used to watch over one another, watch each other back, look out for each other, look out for each other's children and things like that. But our communities have become so dangerous that we can't even enjoy, sitting out on our porches, sitting out in our communities uh, without, feeling like, it's a dangerous situation. And our communities are basically like ghost town. But here, you have people out. The youth are very respectful. It's not a gun culture here. I always point that out, and you can live in peace and prosperity. There's a lot of development happening. So in the States, there's not a lot of opportunity for us to do a lot of things there because everything is already developed. Here you can, build. You can build homes. You can buy land, and you can actually own your own land here in the Gambia. It's not like a leasehold like in a lot of other countries. You do like a 90-year lease, and you don't really fully own the land. But here in the Gambia, you can. So you see cows in the environment and things like that. You see goats, you see chickens. A lot of people grow their, the food that you're seeing. People are growing it and distributing it. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You can walk and you can be safe. And that's what Gambia is about. That's what I've been to about 5 different African countries, and you see the same thing. It's not what you expect. When I first came over, I was like, hey, I actually thought that it would be dangerous, coming into in a lot of these African countries. I thought it was lawless. And it's just our mindset and how we've been conditioned and how we've been taught. And it really goes to work against us, as far as us, expanding and reaching out, and then, connecting with our homeland. Everybody that you see in the U.S., other nationalities of people, they have homelands. They have, countries that they can go back to, that they can say, hey, I'm from here. That haven't been the situation for, Black Americans. We don't identify with Africa. We don't see that as, our homeland, and we're pretty much stuck in a situation that has been, created, that's contrary to our well-being and our success as a people. However, we do have a homeland, and you see many of the brothers and sisters that you see walking by, they look just like our relatives that in the States. Gambia is actually the home of Kunta Kinte. This is where Alex Haley traced his roots. And many of us that are in the West came from, Gambia and other, West African countries. So it's an alternative to, reclaim and go back to a time where, you know, we had our self-respect. You know, it's so much going on with the media and what they're feeding into, you know, our minds and the minds of our young people, and, you know, the whole hip hop culture, and then just the whole culture of materialism and individualism. And we really lost, you know, ourself. We lost our identity. We lost, you know, who we are, you know, in the whole, you know, process of, you know, our stay in America, or our journey in America. However, a lot of people are returning and coming back and making Africa their home. You know, in another 5 years, man, Africa is going to be sought after. People are going to be trying to get over here to, you know, build life and to get away from the hardship. You know, most of us are working our whole life. It's not a lot of employment over here. And I think that's actually a good thing, because, you know, people have an opportunity to actually, you know, live. You know, in the States, you know, we wake up before the sun up to go out and work all day, and then return home as the sun go down, and then, you know, our whole day is gone. So, you know, it's like we're spending all of our, you know, wake life, you know, just working. You know, I seen my mom, she worked her whole life, man, as a single mother. She worked her whole life just to take care of us, you know, having 6 children. And thank you, sis. Having 6 children, and she had to do it all by herself. You know what I mean? Because of how things, we lost our family, we lost our fathers, we lost our uncles, you know, we lost our brothers, we lost our sisters, man, to, you know, just that system there, you know, just that system of oppression, which brought about a lot of destruction in terms of alcoholism, you know, drug abuse, you know, just abuse of everything, you know, over sexualization of our youth and our people. And we really don't have anything that we can say, hey, we're going to have a, you know, a promising future here. Like, they just finished these sidewalks, and then they're working on them more, you know, working on developing, you know, more parts of the Gambia and other parts of Africa. And it's opportunity for us to come and be a part of something with our knowledge that we've acquired in the States. You know, we could come and we can be able to contribute and increase quality of life. I'm under the underpath now, and this is just like, this is this this is something that's new for this area here, because they just created this overpass. However, it is just a refreshing experience to be able to move about and walk around, and not have to worry about, if you walk by someone, if they're going to pull out a gun, if they're going to pull out a knife and try to kill you or rob you. I mean, it was like a string of stabbings in New York, where you had people just bugging out, just going crazy. There's been a number of recent, you know, deaths, families being killed by their own family member. And I mean, these people are growing so dissatisfied with one another. We went from shooting one another to shooting each other in mass settings, to, you know, our families, you know, people are shooting and killing their families in mass. You understand what? This guy just recently, he killed 7 members of his family, and a Nigerian guy, only to kill himself. I was looking at another, I mean, but if you Google, you know, gun violence and shooting in the US, you'll just see tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. You know, babies are being killed by strays, bullets, you know, women, innocent people. And this has been several decades of this type of death and destruction that, you know, has been taking place in, you know, in our communities. So much so, to the point of where, you know, a lot of our communities now are ghost town, and people don't like to hang out, people don't like to go out, and it's just not a way to live. And then you're working, and You know, our children are being raised by social media and TV, and you know, it's just you don't even have time to really just think, or have time just to appreciate life, with so much stress, so much burden that we have, so much responsibility that we have as individuals. You know, families don't work together anymore. You know, and it's just a situation that it doesn't seem like there'll be any type of turnaround in that situation.